I'm not sure how to get this started, so I may just be rambling on a little bit here. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to post this video, obviously get it recorded, all of those sorts of things, just to let whoever does watch my videos or whoever's just here, yeah, I mean, let them know the news. I'm not sure if you've heard yet, but my hardcore Iron Man, not this one, died at TOB after I was able to get the Bofur and the Blade, Sangstaff, imbued Mage Cape, all of those sorts of things. Which does really suck. The way I died was essentially just being too complacent. I think on the top OSRS moments and the RuneScape Chronicles page on both of them on YouTube, they essentially just kind of showcased it and just basically briefly spoke about it, just about how I died and just the way it was. I think Ian was actually commentating on the RuneScape Chronicles, and I mean, he says it best. I'll put that in a video just right now as well, actually.
Sil has almost 400 completions in this end-level dungeon on his hardcore Iron Man, but based on the rune we're seeing, I'm getting deja vu of the Mutts clip earlier. Like I said before, don't try this at home. A painful mistake as a result of complacency, but some really nice achievements on that hardcore run nonetheless.
So yeah, I mean, just as he was saying, I got too complacent. I was streaming on Twitch at the time. I was speaking to someone in chat. I was ranging Zarpus, and I just didn't realize when it screed and when I had to actually be a bit more mindful. Unlucky as well, in part because it was facing in my direction. So by the time I realized is when it already hit me straight away, but I stepped away. I didn't really understand exactly what was going on because I was just busy talking to someone in chat. It was honestly just stupidity on my part, complacency. I had a few KCs at that point. The kind of nerves, the initial nerves of the day for Tob was out. And yeah, I was just too relaxed, honestly. I had a really good team with me, really great people that I was raiding with. They tried to help me as well. One of them actually even said rate telly, but I was so preoccupied with Twitch chat, I just was not paying attention. So when she said that, I just didn't know what was happening, and then by the time I realized it was a little bit too late, as you saw by the video in the clip. But yeah, that's happened. I took a few days to kind of process things, understand what was going on. It sounds weird, it is just a game, but the amount of hours I put in, the amount of time I put in, and the amount of work, and the amount of work that I did have, and the amount of work that I wanted to continue to add to that account, um, that hit a lot harder after I died. And you only realize that after because you start thinking about, oh, well, I was gonna do this, but fuck, I can't do it anymore. And it was painful to say the least. But it made me also realize, I guess I kind of knew this before, but apart from hardcore Iron Man, apart from Dead Man mode, and I guess the slight PKing here and there, the game doesn't feel as fun for me without those kind of limitations, if that makes sense. So playing on a regular Iron Man, it's enjoyable, don't get me wrong, but it's not to the same extent as playing on a hardcore where there are certain things you just can't do. There are certain things you just need to be a lot more careful about, and there's a lot more planning and a lot more action that goes into certain activities, especially those being in the wilderness. So, Dragon Pickaxe, all of these other sorts of things, Revenant Caves as well, which, as a lot of you know, is really good money for Iron Men and really good items that you can get from there. So, yeah, I guess the plan for myself for RuneScape is to actually play on this hardcore. So, backstory on this account: when I made the one that you saw die on stream and actually die in that clip just a few minutes ago, I made this one alongside it. I kind of played them both together. So these are the stats right now. 99 fire making, 70 construction, all of these other things. So it's got that base done. I think it also has Barrow's gloves and stuff like that. So the account as itself is in a decent spot. The one problem is the lack of items in the bank. So it has a few things here and there, but I've got about 50k to my name. Rune-wise are okay. Cosmic runes I need to get a few more of, but I mean with GOTR route, it's so much easier to do that now. But yeah, it's not in the beginner stages. I would say I've creeped into that mid game. But I guess the mid game in itself, depending on what you see as a mid game, can be really long. But yeah, the stats aren't bad. The bank, I mean, I can show you it quickly. 50k to my name. Runes are decent. 7k death runes because I used the AFK barbarian fishing, which is actually why my agility and my strength is so high. And while I was doing that, I was doing the kitten method, handing them in, getting more bloods and stuff like that. I also did a bit of Temporos duo. It's a bit more annoying than you think because you have to focus a bit more on two accounts, but ultimately it's the same series of clicks, series of events in the entire game. With that being said, open fish barrel, which should make Karams a lot easier. What I actually realized with my other account was going into that kind of later game, you do need a lot more hard food because just prey flicking, although it works, it's not enough. There's a lot more you need to do. Like when I was hunting for the Basilisk Jaw, when I was going to Zora, it's a lot more hard food heavy than just prey flicking and just being okay with it. Which, I mean, it sounds quite obvious, but when you're in the early game and all you're doing is either just protect melee with prayer pots or just flicking and taking no damage, even going to Jad and doing your fire cape, all of those sorts of things and taking minimum damage, you tend to get complacent, much like I guess you guys would say when I died on thingy at TOB. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing here. Obviously, that's going to be really useful. This is the bird seed, bird nest tab. And then obviously these are just the armor seeds and not armor seeds, armor tab and all of those sorts of things. But yeah, so plans for this account is speedrun Song of the Elves and yeah, just honestly get back to the account that I had before. Maybe a bit better, but a bit faster this time. I realized once I got the blade, things sped up incredibly fast. When I got the bow, things sped up incredibly fast. So yeah, everything was just a lot nicer, a lot chill, more chilled, a lot smoother. So that's going to be the plan for this account moving forward. What I'm going to do actually, because it was something I was meant to do on the other account, but wasn't actually able to do, it was to record stuff, stream a bit more, post everything online on the YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch, all of these sorts of things, and just give the community, but also give myself some content to look back on to really understand what I was doing, how I could have done things better, all of those sorts of things, which I can't do anymore, but I will be doing it for this account. So with regards to my channel, if you guys do want to subscribe, there will be a few videos coming up with progression from this account. But outside of that, also progression from my other accounts. I have a few accounts that I'm currently in progress with, working on as well. Those would be PK accounts, PVM accounts, all accounts, and these sorts of things. So yeah, a lot more to see from this account, which will be a really nice change from before when there was essentially nothing or just like the brief clip here or there. I guess the other good thing is that when I was doing Corrupted Gauntlet on my old hardcore Iron Man and I was streaming it, a lot of people were coming into chat asking, "Oh, how are you doing this? Are you doing the T2 method? How does that work for you? How are you finding it? Do you have a guide? What kind of route do you take? What are you thinking?" And I know there are a lot of guides and things out there already, but I don't know. I might do a bit of a step by step as well in some of the progress videos, just for certain aspects that if I'm streaming, people are like, "Oh, how are you doing this? How are you doing that? What's your plan for the future?" In the game, of course. Then yeah, I'll put those up as well. But yeah, ultimately the goal was just to have fun, just to really enjoy the game again. I did that when I was playing my hardcore Iron Man, and I honestly got sucked in so well to the point that I completely stopped PKing. I completely stopped doing anything else game related apart from my hardcore Iron Man. Everything was to do with that account and progressing that account. So yeah, hopefully I'll get back to that stage again. This account is very. It may not seem very early on, but to me, because of where I was on the other account, it feels very early on. But hopefully I'll get a bit more progression, get to Song of the Elves, and just relive those moments and enjoy those bits again, whether frustrating or just really fun. And yeah, I mean, I'll go from there and see what happens. But I do hope to see you guys in the channel in the future, maybe watching out the videos. If you have any tips or any advice on what to do with a new account, because it has been a while since I've been here, and obviously this account isn't new, but again, it still feels quite early on to me. So yeah, any tips, any advice, anything like that, drop it in the comments, drop it in the next few videos, drop me any DMs on Discord, wherever it is. And thank you guys. Obviously, if you've been listening up to this point, then yeah, I have rambled on quite a bit, but I do hope to see you guys in the future videos. Take care. Bye.